谈等灵活多样的配套活动。
Convenient and relaxing business talk and supporting events, Shougang Park and its vicinity will host a variety of business talk, along with flexible and diverse supporting events such as fashion weeks, music festival, sports, consumptions, promotion campaign, and press interview and panel discussions.
当前，中国经济基础稳、优势多、韧性强、潜能大，长期向好的支撑条件和基本趋势没有变。
Today, China's economy enjoys a solid foundation, numerous advantages, strong resilience, and great potential, and the fundamental conditions supporting its long-term positive growth and the underlying upward trend remain unchanged.
北京是中国对外开放的重要窗口，正深入推进国家服务业扩大开放综合示范区和中国北京自由贸易实验区建设，健全城市国际化服务体系，便利国外友人在京经商、学习、旅游、生活。
As an important window for China opening up, Beijing is further advancing the development of the integrated national demonstration zone for opening up the service sector and the China-Beijing pilot free trade zone, while improving its international service system. This effort aimed to streamline business establishment, academic, adverse tourism experience, and daily living for global citizens in the capital.
新加坡是服贸会的老朋友，新加坡政府曾7届在服贸会上设展办会，最早可以追溯到2012年的第1届服贸会。
Singapore is a regular participant in CIFTIS, with the Singaporean government having held exhibition or conference at 7 sessions of fair since its first session in 2012.
我们诚挚地邀请各位参加服贸会，与中国和世界的服务贸易领域企业和交流洽谈，共拓商机。
We invite you to 2025 CIFTIS in Beijing, where you can connect with Chinese enterprises and uncover new business opportunities together.
最后，感谢大家莅临今天的活动，让我们共同期待今年9月在北京相聚，在服贸会相聚。谢谢大家。
Finally, thank you for being part of today's event. Let's continue this journey together in Beijing at CIFTIS this September. Thank you.
谢谢。
Thank you, Mr. Ying. Thank you, Mr. Ying, for bringing this great event to Singapore, and we look forward to more of trading service events and happenings in the future. So now, let me invite Mr. Justin Huang, who is Executive Chairman of DITC China, founder and CEO of IDC Nova, to take the stage. Mr. Huang.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning. Welcome to the AI Everything stage of GITEX Asia. Today, we gathered here to witness the official kickoff of China Southeast Asia Digital Infrastructure Cooperation Forum, DITF 2025. I'm Justin Huang, the Executive Chairman of Digital Infrastructure Technological Council, DITC China, and the founder of IDC Nova. Firstly, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to our organization committee of GITEX Asia and the China International Fair for Trade in Services, CIFTIS, for building such a world-class platform gathering partners from China and Southeast Asia, discussing the digital future. This forum is co-hosted by Beijing International Service Trade Center and the DITC, and jointly organized by BCGEE, IDC Nova, and the KDS Singapore. As a non-profit organization in the global digital infrastructure field, DITC has always adhered to concept of technology as a bridge and ecosystem as a boat, and is committed to promoting the ecological construction and sustainable development in areas such as artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and data centers. This year, in collaboration with CITES, we launched the DITF 2025 at GITEX Asia with the theme of investment, technology, sustainability. It focuses on the latest trends and the investment opportunities in global digital infrastructure. It promotes the formulation of international standards and cross-regional industry ecosystem cooperation. The digital economy in Southeast is taking off. From 2021 to 2023 alone, among all the digital infrastructure projects approved, data center investment accounted for a significant proportion, and cross-border layout is also accelerating. A number of Chinese technology companies such as Alibaba, Tencent, Huawei, Meidi, Zhipu, Naihua Technology, and Boda Data have already achieved a fruitful result here. And same time, international giants and the local innovative enterprises such as OpenDC and InfoAI and are also deeply engaged in this field. To transform the investment bond to the real industry upgrading, the key lies of ecological co-construction and local practice. Digital infrastructure is not just a cloud server, but a coordinated system of data, networks of operation, tenants, and grid energy. Only by deeply integrating these elements can we support AI applications and the digital transformation of various countries and achieve the win-win situation for cross-border cooperation and local implementation. Today, friends from around the world, Southeast Asia, and China gather here. As long as we complement each other's strengths and move forward hand in hand, we will surely be able to combine the successful experience of various countries in digital infrastructure with the innovative vitality of Southeast and continuously improve the regional digital ecosystem. Finally, I'd like to thank all of the team and the partners from their hand for their hard work, as well as we trust the support from GITEX and the CITES. DITC is willing to work with all of you to open new chapter in the digital economy and make the rise of Southeast Asia digital infrastructure a new benchmark for global cooperation. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Huang, for your insightful speech. Now we will move into the keynote speech segment of today's event. 3 distinguished speakers will deliver their insight on critical matters around digital infrastructure and innovation. Well, due to the adjustment of agenda, Ms. Carol Lin, VP of Zhipu AI, who is scheduled to be the first speaker, will be rescheduled to be the 3rd speaker at around 11 o'clock. We apologize for the changes and thank you for the understanding. Now, when we talk about digital infrastructure, there is a value chain of AI. It started from the IDC, who is providing the land and power. Someone provides the MEP service, OEM service. Then computing clusters comes in. And on top of computing clusters, there are cloud service providers. And finally, there are AI innovators who build their large models and also the applications on top of it. So today, our 3 keynote speakers will deliver their speech following this value chain as well. First, we talk about IDC. So there is a boom in investment and innovation in IDC in recent years, especially in Southeast Asia. However, in Southeast Asia, there are special challenges as well. It's hot weather, it's humid season. Hello. Yeah, so while I was talking, the hot weather and the humid, apparently it disabled my microphone. So I think that's the challenge we're facing in Southeast Asia. I would like to invite Mr. Tony Song, who is the Chief Integrated Solution Officer from MIDEA, to share the speech titled Diverse and Efficient Cooling Solutions for Green Data Centers. Welcome, Mr. Song.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm very glad to have this opportunity to share some of the solutions and application case in data center thermal management. I'm from Media Building Technologies. Media actually is a very large company with annual revenue over 400 billion RMB in 2024. We have more than 190 employees with a net profit of over 98.5 billion RMB in 2024. My slides will be divided into 4 parts. First, requirement analysis, then solutions, products and solutions, and finally, I will give some reference case. Generally speaking, data centers, there are 4 major requirements for data centers. High reliability, high energy efficiency, and phased prefabrication delivery, and good airflow organizations. In addition to IT equipment, there are also power and cooling systems and some other auxiliary facilities in data centers. When we want to evaluate the energy efficiency level of a data center, we will use the power usage efficiency, PUE value. If the that means the ratio of the total energy efficiency of the entire data center to the power consumption of the IT equipment. If the IT equipment accounts for about 65% of the total energy consumption of the data center, it is easy to calculate the PUE is 1.54, which is just a relative good level. The rapid development of temperature control technologies drives the continuous breakthrough in PUE of data center. From the original dispersed air supply, which can just reach the PUE 2 or above, to the efficient equipment use, which can only reach 1.5. Now, currently, we mostly use the natural cooling source, which can reach the PUE 1.2. And with the development of liquid cooling, the PUE now can reach it to 1.1. Now let's go to the products and solutions that we can offer. First, Media Building Technologies can not only provide efficient cold source equipment, but also a rich range of terminal units. As for the cold source equipment, not only the the water cooled and the air cooled device, the chillers has centrifugal, screw, and screw. Also, we can provide some modular cooled station. And for the terminal units, the precision and CDU, fan wall, and direct or indirect evaporative cooling are all available. Among all these solutions, climate conditions is an important factor because different climate conditions affect the system efficiency. For high temperature and high humidity area, like Singapore, efficient chillers and efficient modular chiller plant, coupled with fan walls, is a good choice for most of the data center. Precision air conditioner is a good choice for most of the small data centers. The in-room series comes standard with G4 filter and good efficiency, energy efficiency heat exchanger. For the in-row series, it can be maintained online, and each unit of the fan of each unit can be balanced through the intelligent control. Fan wall is a good choice for medium-sized data centers. It can make full use of the building structure to achieve the long-distance air supply and return without the need of an overhead flow, which can save a lot of the project investment. It just needs high temperature water of 18 degrees centigrade or 24 degrees centigrade, which can increase the chiller efficiency about at least 15%. And the fan wall has also a modular design. Direct or indirect evaporative cooling technologies is very suitable for large data center because this equipment has a filtration efficiency of over 95%, and the high efficiency white film has strong water absorptions and high white ball efficiency. It has devised supplementary cooling solutions with water coils or fluorine coils. So you can use according to the actual application. With the development of intelligence computing and liquid cooling, now CDU is widely used. CDU can provide a good heat transfer from the primary loop to the secondary loop through a liquid-to-liquid heat exchanger. And it also can provide flow distribution and pressure control for the secondary loop, which can avoid the condensation in the secondary loop. And for our CDUs, we also have the capable of real-time monitoring of system operational parameters and environmental temperature and humidity data. Now, let me introduce the new products we will officially release recently. It's air-cooled magnetic chiller. For this chiller, it's very suitable for data center. It can use R513A refrigerant, which is very environmental friendly. And the cooling capacity is from 80 tons to 480 tons. The outlet temperature from 5 degrees centigrade to 25 degrees centigrade. All the units have IP55 and a quick start function. It can also use PLC control optional. Okay, for the delivery, we can provide modular delivery solutions for data center. First, the integral cooling station. The integral cooling station integrates the chiller, water pump, sensor pump, valves, and so on into one container. And it can allow you to build for today, yet prepare for the inevitable change. And these solutions can shorten the full 3/4 of the construction period and 1/3 of the floor space. For large data center, the cold station is also very big. We can also provide the prefabrication solutions. Then we can divide the large chiller plant into some small scales, which is very convenient for transportation and very convenient for high quantity delivery. As for the data centers that without chiller plant space, we can provide air-cooled screw chiller with hydraulic modules. It can has options of single or dual pump, or fixed speed, or variable speed options. And for the air-cooled screw chillers, it also has similar options. And the flow direction has water light, outlet, or water inlet options. Finally, I will share some of the typical case that we have done. First, the Pengcheng Cloud Brain Data Center. This uses 3 modular cold station and some of the hydraulic modules. You can see the internal layout in the video. The actual PUE is less than 1.25. And for the Xizangning algorithm data center, this uses the heat pump to for heat recovery to provide the hot water for the surrounding areas. Coupled with direct evaporative cooling solutions, the actual PUE less than 1.15, which is a very good level. For the Weihai Zhigu data center, we provide two chillers of 600 ton and 4 chillers of 1,200 ton. And we also provide 70 precision air containers. The actually data center PUE is less than 1.31. For the China mobile data center, we provide a lot of large chillers, 7 chillers of 2,000 and 2 chillers of 1,800. And for the China Mobile Yangtze River Delta Suzhou data center, it won the first place in the China Mobile's Green Data Center evaluation in 2024. For the Chongqing Artificial Intelligence Innovation Center, we provide high-efficiency air-cooled screw chillers with free cooling to provide the cooling for CDU and liquid cooling cabinets. For the Huawei Cloud Gui'an data center, we provide 900 CDUs and 87 heat recovery HU units. For the Central Plain Artificial Intelligence Computing Center, we provide modular chiller plants. And for the China Unicom Shanxi data center, we provide air-cooled screw chillers, 5 units with free cooling. And for the Shunde Artificial Commercial Bank build data center, we provide high-efficiency direct drive centrifugal chillers with 24 high temperature fan walls. And for the Gui'an Media Cloud data center, we use 1 magnetic chiller and 2 direct drive centrifugal chillers, and some of the evaporative cooling HU and flooring pumps. For the China Mobile Chongqing Shuitu data center, we provide high-efficiency centrifugal chillers of 2,500 ton. And we also have some data centers in Indonesia. One is used our magnetic water-cooled magnetic chiller, and the other used air-cooled screw chillers. We also have some other reference projects in data center. If you are interested, please feel free to contact us. And we also have independent exhibition area here. Welcome to our exhibition area to exchange your ideas and cooperate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Song. I actually had the privilege to visit a data center myself. I've seen whole wall of fans. I think that's the most number of fans I've seen in my life. And I believe market leaders like Mydia will bring more innovation in this field, and we look forward to that. Thank you very much. Now, let's welcome Mr. Ted Ding, Tencent Cloud Principal Solution Architect, to give a speech. Unleashing cloud momentum, accelerating industrial DX through intelligent solutions. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. So I'm the Ted from Tencent Cloud Architect team. So really honored to be here to share with you about digital transformations. I have been working for the overseas cloud business for over 7 years, and I'm focused on the APAC era. So today I'd like to share some, the intelligent computing as well as the AI technology that Tencent Cloud is providing. So my agenda is listed as the following. So I'd like to give brief introductions on the industrial digital transformations. So as you know, in the current global, the global development on the technique development as well as the cyclic transformations, including the economy, including the technologies. So our traditional the industrial has facing some challenges, like they'd like to have more combinations with the technologies and have some new growth point to accelerate their business growth as well as their revenues. So they are mostly facing these four things that I think is very important for our enterprise and the industrial to go much more faster rapidly. So first one is the new quality productivities, and second is the enterprise competitiveness, as well as our enterprise need to consider the resource allocation and optimizations. And the last one, it goes to the modernization of the industrial systems. And all of them are combined with the technical innovations. That means the AI. So for the IDC providers, device server and the switch hardware vendors, as well as our internet services and cloud providers, are always considering how to make the collaboration and the cooperations and give more values to our customers by using the AI technologies we have now to the overseas customers. Okay, so in our visions, we'd like to divide the intelligence computing into these 4 layers. So at the very bottoms, you always know that the IDC infrastructure is very important, and also beyond this IDC, because our customers not only want to have the servers as well as the the hardwares, the network devices, the security devices. No, the answer is the customer want to use some platforms to make the resource into the pool and sharing to more customers to add their revenues. So beyond the IDC infrastructures, we provide the cloud native platforms, including the the virtual machines, containers, anything you name it, and provide the virtualizations for all the hardware resources to our end customers. So that's the second step. And for the third one, it goes to the AI part, because there are so many companies now focused on the large models and DevOps, and DeepSeek is also booming in China 2 months ago, I think. So here we need to consider how to combine the large models, AI technologies with our cloud native platforms, no matter it's the public cloud or it's the on-premise cloud. And for the top layers, we should consider some innovation part, like the AI and the industrial applications, right? But all of them are facing one same problem, is how to manage them. Like the user management, like the data visualizations, like the operation and maintenance for our, end customers. Okay, so there are so many scenarios that AI can provide to this society, like the autopilot, NLP, AI, GC, scientific computing for the colleagues, and also for the the institutes, and also the smart manufacturing is also at the at the very beginning of the AI practice. Okay, so in Tencent Cloud, we'd like to break down the processes of the intelligence computings. Like when we're considering the large model trainings, we should prepare the computing resources. No matter it's storages, networkings, and or the hardwares, and we need to focus on the data model algorithms, as well as we need to do the training for the models and fine-tune it to give a better performance on what we are providing for our customers. And the last stage, it goes to the model verifications and the inference deployment, so that gives the real values to the application for the different industrials. So our customers is never only say, I need the large language models and what kind of solutions you can provide to me. No, they need a holistic package solution. That means it will including all the parts, infrastructure, cloud native platforms, and the DevOps, large models, and also the AI applications for them, right? So let's go to the second part is the how can we construct the AI, or we say the intelligence computing clusters for our customers. So there are many customers, especially in the South Asia. There are many folks, there are many states in the step one. That means they are building many data centers. They are purchasing many, the hardwares like the GPU and NPU servers, as well as the network devices like the InfiniBand or the RDMA networkings. And for the second step in the Tencent vision, we think that is not enough for any customers, because the customer want to give more to their end customers, no matter it's the workload or their partners. So we added the network management softwares as well as the intelligence computing cloud to make all the IDC infrastructures into the resource pools. And for the step three, we give some innovations for our customers, because not only the cloud platform and the IDC infrastructure is required by our customers, but also the accelerators framework like the TensorFlow, like the communication libraries are needed for our customers. And also, if we can develop the AI SaaS and the model as a service MaaS to our customers to provide the totally advanced full stack AI technologies. Okay, so when our customer is constructing the intelligence computings, they mainly focus on the very left part. They need to purchase the storage, GPU servers, networking, containers, and all of them have the platform to manage the resources. So that means you need to purchase from one company, from other providers, and other vendors. Also, a customer must have the consideration on how to manage this cloud. Like they'd like to do the provisioning for the resources. They'd like to do the monitorings. They need to do the user management, and so many things. Customer need to say which company can provide what kind of product. Also, they need the machine learning frameworks, deep learning algorithms, and also the acceleration frameworks, right? So related vendors are so many. So I just list a part of them. So the customer, or I talk with our customers, and customers say, which part can your Tencent provide to us? So for the Tencent, the answer is the full stack AI intelligence computing cloud. So you can see for the very bottom part, we have the TCE on-premise cloud. That's short for the Tencent Cloud Enterprise. That's a totally on-premise deployed the private cloud. So in this part, we have the compatible with the NVIDIA GPUs and the Huawei Ascend and many other kinds of like AMD and Intel Gaudi GPUs to be deployed in the customer IDC environment. And we are a software company, so we do not sell any the hardwares, but we'd like to give the compatibilities for any vendors globally. And beyond the infrastructures, we are providing the software services like the virtual machines, bare metal servers, and also the RDMA and the VPC network is very, very important for the private cloud. And also, we are considering how to combine the VPC networks with the RDMA, no matter it's the InfiniBand or it's the RockV2 networkings. And for the, for the AI trainings, we need to share the data among the different GPU cards as well as the different servers. So the file system is very important. So here we provide the parallelism file system we call the TurboFS. And some customers are deploying their application into the containers. And some of them are using the isolated GPU virtualizations we call the QGPU. But that's not enough. I have mentioned that we need to do more for our customers to do the high performance and the better performance and the bigger capacities for our customers. So here we are providing the Taco Train, Taco Inference, and the TICO, which is the communication libraries. Okay, beyond this on-premise cloud, also the AI platform, like customer want to use the out-of-box use of the TensorFlow, of the PyTorch, and the DeepSpeed, and many frameworks they want to use. Okay, so here is the brief introductions on the intelligence computing. So we are providing the virtual machines and the bare metal servers, and we can use the VPC network with RDMA network to do the multi-tenant isolations. So we give a better isolation functionalities for our customers. So the features, one is the fast data reading, which is the most important part for most of the AI customers. And the second one is the fast network switchings. So for Tencent self-developed or the NVIDIA IB networkings, we are now providing the over 3.2 terabyte TBS RDMA networkings. And also for the training calculations, we are providing the high performance computing clusters. Okay, so here gives brief introductions on our GPU virtualization technologies, because in some inference scenarios, customers say, I don't need all the resources of the one GPU chip, it's so expensive. So we'd like to make them more smaller, so we'd want to cut one GPU to maybe the 25% of the card, so and then provide it to our applications. And for the storage part, many customers ask me, so what's the real features you're provided to support the maybe over 1,000 servers of the NVIDIA GPU solutions? So we need to provide the more data, more throughput, and the concurrency solutions for them, right? Especially on the the read samples, on the checkpoint writings, and the strong consistencies and the high availabilities for the storage they used in the GPU cloud. Right. Okay, so for the parallelism, like the GPFS, we have the TurboFS, which is providing to our GPU instances with the over 100 gigabytes per second storage bandwidth with the very low latencies, because it will impact the the performance of all the GPU clusters also. Okay, and for the networking part, here we'd like to divide it to the 3 layers. And the first is the network architectures. We need to do the the traffic affinities and the global load balancers, as well as the the traffic congestion controls of all the GPU networkings. And also we'd like to provide the the traffic scheduling and the communication performance accelerations for them. Okay, so I have here is a brief summaries for what I've told just now. So at the very bottom, we have the enterprise on-premise cloud we call the TCE to provide the virtualizations and the management plan for the intelligence computing clusters. And for the middleware, we have the Taiwan, which is the out-of-box model training platforms, and it will support many scenarios like the the smart investment advisories for the financials and the smart factories, anything you name it, and it will be constructed beyond the TCE cloud and the Taiwan platform. Okay, so there are some advantages. I really don't like to always talk the advantages, but that is recognized by our customers, so I'd like to share with you. So customers really want a full stack, low cost, and the intelligent operation and the maintenance, and also if they use the GPU, they use the NPU, they must tell that what's the performance we need, I/O throughput, and the the latencies you are providing. Okay, so for my last part, it goes to the case sharing. So we really have the honor to work with the Inflame in China. So maybe some of you have used the 美图秀秀, or you are using the beauty camera, right? So we worked with the Inflame and built the intelligence computing clusters in Qingyang, Gansu province, and we are now the China governments have the strategies East data and West computing. So we are here to help the customer to construct the national hub in Gansu, and also we are providing the our on-premise cloud TCE for them to do the resource pools for them to better using the GPU clusters. And also the skill I'd like to share with you is it's a really big skill. They have holding over 10,000 domestic GPU cards with over 1,350 GPU servers. So it's really large skills. Okay, so here shows the roles. Our partners, Tencent, and our end customer, what we are doing in this project. So for the IDC infrastructures and the hardware, it is provided by Qingyang Mobile, China Mobile, and the government will provide the IDC server rooms. And for the intelligence computing cloud platforms, we are providing Tencent Cloud Enterprise, TCE, for the HCC, Turbo FS, and the many product is provided here. And for the computing resource operating centers, it is provided by our, the partner, ESGPU and the Inflame company. So they are the provider for the operations and the maintenance, which is the very essential part in this project. And also for the workloads, so the Beauty Cam and the Xintong you may use in there. So that's the real end user who are using these GPU clusters. Okay, so for the overall architecture of this project, so we are building this intelligence computing clusters on the Inflame GPU. So not only the training clusters, also the inference, because the graphic processes always need the inference clusters. Also, they are providing some CPU, general computing clusters. Okay, so for the TC part, we are providing the high performance computing clusters by using these GPUs and the parallelism storage, Turbo FS, and the IHN RDMA networkings, and the cloud native container platform we call the TKE. And also the operating and the maintenance portal is provided to our customers. So based on the TCE, also in the Qingyang IC centers, the large language models, image generations, video generations, so the SaaS services are provided both by the TCE and the Inflame company. Okay, so my last page goes to the the Beauty Cam. You may know that it is being ranked in the first place over all the application stores, ranking the 7 countries, including the Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, and Malaysia. And also in the Vietnam, Singapore, and Cambodia ranks the first place in the Google Play dashboard. So all of the data are now hosted on the TC Cloud as well as the Tencent stack, and we are doing the V2 of the AI reload functionalities, and it will providing by the computings as well as the accelerators to give the better performance to hold more and more users are using the Meitu Xiuxiu and also the beauty camera in the South Asia and the global market. Okay, so we really hope these collaborations and cooperations with all of you to give more opportunities in the global marketing, and I hope such the cooperations will happen in the very soon future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ding, for your insightful sharing. In China, we call large internet companies like Tencent and Alibaba, we call them internet tycoons. So now we understand the tycoons is providing an end-to-end full-stack solution for AI. However, for a normal individual, what is more accessible to everyone is agentic AI, especially in this new wave. In China, on top of the tycoons, we also have 6 young dragons, if you are familiar with the term. And today, we are very honored to invite one of the dragons to be in the presentation. And let me invite Ms. Carol Lin, Vice President of Zhipu AI. So Ms. Carol will share with us China Digital Going Global, the development and prospects of Zhipu in agentic AI. Carol.
Wow, what a great day. And thank you for inviting us. And it's my great honor to be here. So exciting to meet so many friends, our old friends here. And today my topic is unleashing the power of agentic AI. My name is Carol. I'm taking care of Zhipu's global relationship and global expansion. So again, I'm here to looking for more friends. We are currently building up a strong partner ecosystem and to go global. So we believe to accelerate the AGI that we need more partners. So I will cover from the general introduction for Zhipu to have everyone here to get more understand us. And I will share the latest model and products that we launching relative to agentic AI. And at the end, I will share our global expansion strategy. More important is how we build the partner ecosystem, how we build a sovereign AI for different countries. So hopefully that end of my sharing, we could have engaged more closer. So I'm starting with the Zhipu's general introduction. Zhipu is founded by Tsinghua University. We incubate from Tsinghua University KEG lab. We have started research of the large language model 6 years ago. So we are the frontier of the AGI and foundation model research and innovation. We are the first unicorn from China who launched a 1,000 billion parameters foundation model in 2022. We call GLM. So based on our strong performance of our foundation model GLM, we launched series of our models and products, including the generative code, generative text, generative video, voice, and recently we launched our reasoning model and also our Z1 revolution. So those are some numbers of our achievement. Currently, we have over 25 million customers around the world who has already used our AI for their innovation. And also we have the developer from over 70 countries who have downloaded our open source model from GitHub, and they use our model for research and exploration for GenAI solutions. And of course, we have the over 200 industry partners that work with us deeply to work for typical industry solutions, applications. So our customers and developers, they have already used our agent platform to build up over 500,000 agents. We call it GMS through our 质朴青年, if you're familiar with. Those are some of our public reference customers, including different verticals, like from the AI device, EVs, the autonomous cars, and internet vertical, and also the banks. There are all over 100 top-tier banks in China who has already used our foundation model, our platform solutions, and our professor consultant service to help them to build up their own FSI scenario solutions. And one of the bank, the 招商银行, they use our capability to build an industry model for themselves and then to accelerate the industry AI innovation. And also, we've got Samsung, Oppo, Xiaomi, who has already used our AI to transform their next-gen AI product. And well, we've got a great practical experience in China who has worked with us already very deeply to deploy a lot of solutions for different industry. So we believe that to drive the cutting-edge technology into the real-world business value, we definitely different tiers of partners. So hopefully we could work together. Also, from our success, that one of the reasons is we provide a flexible collaboration model with our clients and partners. We are not only provide the API of our model, we also provide the model to deploy on-prem, which will help our partner and our clients to build their own industry model. So we have a lot of open source model, and we also willing to provide our model weight to work closely with our partners. We believe our success is come from the success that we built with our clients. So why choose 质朴? This comes out the summaries of our value positioning. First, we are the foundation model pioneer in the research and innovation history. We start with our foundation model developing 6 years ago. Yeah, so normally like most of startups, like, they just start like 1 year ago. And second, we built our core of the model from scratch. We didn't build the model from any other open source. We build our model from the scratch, which means that which give us the capability to integrate with different chip, including Chinese chip. That and also because we build the core of our foundation model, that which give us capability to optimize the result from the model solutions. And because that some of our clients that come to us because that while they use the open source model, that they're quite suffering on the fine tuning. So because we understand our model very well, we know how to do the CPT, SFT for our client, where it's a very important part to optimize the result of our model. So first, we are the pioneer, and we have the capability to improve the AI solution result. The second, we are flexible. We have open partner ecosystem. We're willing to have our model to deploy in different environments, like such as Deloitte, like they use our model in China to build up their agent platform for their internal employee. They use our model deploy on Ali Cloud in China. And we are currently working together to replicate this scenario and solution to their global branch, which we have to work with them to deploy in Azure. So you could have our model to deploy in your IDC or deploy in Tencent Cloud or Ali Cloud or AWS. And third, that we build a foundation of enterprise readiness. We understand enterprise very well. We understand the data is very important for you. We understand how to help you to create your readiness ecosystem in regarding to the data compliance and the responsible AI for your enterprise. So we also provide the enterprise professional service to help your team to work through for all the transition paths. And at the last, we are the customer-centric principal company. Like most of our research come from our customers' feedback, such as that while we working with Samsung, that they looking for, because they use Gemini in global, and in China, they want to have something more stronger than global version. So they will always come with us that, hey, not only the voice interaction, we want to have a video interaction for their AI phone, AI companion into their phone. So we work with Samsung very closely and launch the AI companion integrate with their AI OS, which is the first time that Chinese AI phone version from Samsung have more AI features rather than global version. So the video call AI companion is one of the solutions that we could work together. Okay, come to the agentic. This is the Tang Jie, is Zhibu's founder, who has had invited to give a speech at AI Summit in Paris this year in February. So we believe that the next paradigm in generative AI artificial intelligence that involves agentic large language model. And we also believe the large language model, the agentic AI will influence everyone's daily and work. So this is how we define the agentic AI into the different generation. First, like everyone quite familiar with that the model should have the all tools capability last year. And also earlier this year that everyone's talking about agent, to build your own agent to do the simply task or to help you to do your report for your team. And I think that the agent in this year that to complete some simple task is very well known for everyone. And today, I would like to introduce the Auto GOM and the Z1 revolution and Auto GOM revolution. We believe that brings the frontier agentic AI into the real world and have everyone to actually experience in every day in your daily life. So let's take a look. There's a demo.
Tell Amy that I've arrived.
This is the Auto GLM. We actually launched this product last year, but we have the global version earlier this year.
Search Reddit for first time going to Beijing recommendations and summarize for me. Book me the tour to the Great Wall on November 30th on Booking.
So for the auto GLM, that we can see that the agent will give you capability to manage the task across different applications. Remember, we call that GLM tools. That while every time we use the all tool capability to into your GenAI solutions, you have to have the API from different application, right? If you want to manage the Google Map, if you want to integrate the WeChat, you have to have the API from them. But with the Auto GLM, this is a new technology that we don't need any API from them. We call this the simulate click, that the agent will simulate the human interaction with the monitor and then to do the execution for the next. And the agent, the model will learn by themselves. We call the self-involving online curriculum reinforced learning. That they will divide, this is a type of the machine learning, the algorithm, one type of the algorithm. And the capability of this is that they will divide the different tasks into the small task, simplify the task, and then the model will learn from the simplified task first, and then it will reinforce learning by itself, and then to complete the complete task at the end. So we have this product we call Auto GLM. And we just launched the remuneration. So give everyone a sense that everyone is quite familiar with the agent or chatbot could do the simple AI search for you. And then while DeepSeek is booming, that everyone familiar with the reasoning model, that the chatbots not only give you the summarize the research for you, they will have some logical reasoning capability inside. But while you want to ask a very difficult, complex task, such as that, can we have a professor or expert to provide a research for what will going to happen in next 10 years in AI industry, and also in FSI industry. So that maybe will come out with a very complex thinking path. So we launched the GLM remuneration that which could have the model not only reasoning once, they have multi turns of the reasoning, and then to keep digging the result for you for the long term and think deeper and provide you with more correct answer at the end. So this is remuneration, GLM remuneration. So think about, well, Auto GLM is the tools that give you a capability to manage the different, to cross application use. And the deep thinking, the Z1 remuneration, give you more deeper and more great answer. And while we combine them together, here comes we introduce the Auto GLM remuneration. So this agent gives you a capability that while you ask them, can you help me to buy a camera? And you will think, you start reasoning, start multi rounds reasoning, and then will help you to open different e-commerce application and to choose the product for you. So you can see the agent open the 小红书 Jingdong for you, and he just keep comparing the different products for you with his own logic. Well, if you give them more prompt and to help him understand what type of camera you want, he will keep comparing for you, and at the end he will give you a suggestion. So we have the Auto GLM remuneration to help you to think deeper and help you to complete a more complex task for you, cross application. And the other one, we could also have this agent product to please help me to teach my son to use your API. Please help to walk through all the learning curve and then provide all the capabilities. And see, you start to research the papers and then open our platform, mass platform, and then help read all the documents and then help the son step by step. They are all automatic and complete. All right, so the product that I just showed, the demo is all in the product environment where you could download from GitHub and to experience immediately. And we are not only talking about the future. Actually, we have integrated with all our capabilities into multiple AI device companies that we help Xiaopeng to improve their user experience inside the cockpit. And we also help Xiaoai from Xiaomi to improve a lot of voice interaction experience. We also work with Honor for the auto GOM to help their agent to could order coffee from their voice assistant. So imagine there is an AI companion in your phone who could see the word you said, who could understand more than you. And I think that will bring us more imagination in the future. So we are currently love to share all those best practices to global. So whoever wants to work with us, that we could do the localized solutions for different country, different language, and with different your own model. And we could maybe make something fun. Okay, our global landscape that we believe all the country needs sovereign AI. And we are here to establish a long-term strategic partner with different friends. And we are willing to provide our capability, our practical experience for all our friends. And currently we have a Singapore branch here, Malaysia, Middle East, because we founded by Aramco 2 years ago. And also we have the UK Research Center. So about the sovereign AI, we will help you to manage your data process. We'll help you to build up your data process managed platform. And we will help you to do how to do the SFT data. We help you to do your model training, to make sure you have your own data, your own model. We do the knowledge transfer. We have the data managed tools powered by many different AI capabilities. And at the end, we will help you to build up your long-term AI talent. And we're willing to help to collaborate with local university to have a joint lab and to work with you to ensure your AI nation is established for long-term sustainably. And these are some of our solutions relative to sovereign AI. So if you have your own cloud, that we could work with you. If you are willing to have your sovereign AI lab, we could collaborate with you to create your own model. We also provide our platform products to help you to quickly adopt all the models. And we also have the agent platform to collaborate with. And most important part is we have applications ecosystems. We currently invest over 30 AI startups in China. Most of them come from Tsinghua. So we're willing to grab them together to go global to help you to build up your own sovereign AI ecosystem in your country. And there's another program that we found that all the countries that the AI players, they're suffering about how we use the model into a real business use case. So we are willing to have a joint lab together with you and to help you to prioritize all the scenarios and leverage the resources together and to have some demos, build up the demo center together, and then go to market together. We have the plans that we have already have our joint innovation center in Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Middle East. So we're willing to have more and more ecosystem working together. So if any one of you are willing to help work with us together, that come to us at the end of the speech. Again, we launched GLM4, the latest version for the open source. You can download our model from Open GitHub and different platform, open source platform. The Z.AI, this is our global version of chatbot, so feel free to download and give us more feedback to help us grow and help us develop more faster. And also, we believe that we are at very early stage of AGI, and we believe we are the company who believe in AGI. We have the mission with teaching machine to think like human. So we hope we could have more friends and collaborate with Zhipu at the era of AGI. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lin, for the insightful sharing. We look forward for the young dragon in China to quickly go global and lead the global AI dance. So now it comes a closure of our panel, of our keynote session. And the next session is about the workshop. For the workshop, I would like to invite distinguished guests experienced in the industry, including Southeast Asia local innovators, as well as excellent representatives of China's leading technology companies. So our distinguished guests include Mr. Wong Wen-Yu, Managing Director of OpenDC Malaysia. Mr. Wong. Mr. Wing Chung, CEO of Boda Data. Mr. Zhan Jie, VP of Huawei Cloud Business Development. Mr. Homer Huang, Chief Solution Architect for Alibaba Cloud Overseas Business, Director of Technical Service. And Ms. Audrey Quan, co-founder of LiPic AI. Please come. Please take a seat. Again, thank you very much. My name is Angela. I'm from INF AI Singapore. So I'm also representing the local AI ecosystem. So today our discussion topic is about ecosystem building and local practice. How can the investment boom and transnational layout accelerate the industrial reconstruction in Southeast Asia? So as we talk about the AI value chain just now, we have IDC in the bottom, we have computing cluster in the IDC, we have cloud service, and on top of it, there are AI models and applications. So today, we are also building the value chain on the stage. We have data center, computing cluster, clouds, and applications. So we want to start today's discussion one by one, maybe starting from the data center. So data center is the foundation infrastructure of AI nowadays. And just now when the representative from MIDEA, we talk about the humid weather and the hot weather in Southeast Asia, unique challenges. And Mr. Wang, you are from a local data center operator. Would you please share with us your unique challenges in operating a data center and how do you tackle this challenge, Mr. Wang?
Sure, happy to do that. Hi, good morning, everyone. I think the phenomenon of Southeast Asia being the jumping board for Chinese businesses addressing the world is already a proven phenomenon. Since about 4 years ago, we have seen in Malaysia the entrance of many Chinese OTT players. I think one of which is the ByteDance. So they have come to Malaysia and then they have chosen to land in Johor with a hyperscale data centers, and that essentially transformed Johor to where it is today, which is a very, very hot data center locations. So that transformation has given us a lot of interesting ideas about how Malaysia can evolve to the next stage. Now today, the the cooling method. I think there have been tremendous development and innovations in this area. And then there are ideas such as the cold plate, liquid cooling, the immersive coolings. These are the technology that has already been adopted in many of these data centers in Malaysia. So solving the humid issues is already something of a past tense. So the question now is how much better PUE can we achieve in the industries? And then as we see as a liquid cooling technology move along, we can definitely see that there are more and more components that will be cooled using the liquid cooling methods. Not only the GPU and the CPU today, but we can foresee that there are more components being added into this kind of liquid cooling technologies. So I think it's a very exciting time because we are seeing lower and lower PUE every year. And then as for Malaysia, being the stepping stones to the rest of the world for Chinese enterprises, I think there are definitely some of the new challenges emerge. I think one of which is that Johor, for example, with the entry of many data center players, the power is becoming a bit scarce right now, and along with water. So we can see that going forward there will be restrictions in a new data center build, and such restrictions is likely to be quite permanent going forward. Now, looking at Malaysia as a regional, the geographical regions, is well positioned in the center of the Southeast Asia. It's a very ideal location for Chinese businesses who wants to launch a global platform, and the location is impeccable. Now, the question now is, if not Johor, where else, right? So, and we are seeing that, many years, 4 years ago, we see the Chinese businesses coming in, transforming the Johor landscape. We believe that there will be a few more transformations similar to what happened in Johor in other part of Malaysia. And the one that OpenDC has been promoting is actually northern Malaysia, the northern peninsula Malaysia, because we see that strategically the northern part of Malaysia, first of all, it has ample of sunlight compared to the southern part of Malaysia, which is an ideal location for renewable energy players to come in and deploy the solar farms. And this solar farm, the power generated by this solar farm can then be fed into data centers that is located in the north. So they can both coexist together in a very close proximities. And then at the same time, the northern part of Malaysia is closely attached to the Indochina regions, where there is 300 million populations there, and they are mostly waiting. That market still has a lot of potential to be developed. So the data center located at the northern Malaysia will be able to serve the eyeballs at the Indochina, and at the same time it can address the South China and the Middle East. So it's a very interesting locations, and I would like to encourage everybody to explore these opportunities. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Wong. So we hear that you are promoting Malaysia almost as an ambassador, that Chinese companies should come to Malaysia as a stepping stone to the world. And
Yes.
I believe last week with Chairman Xi Jinping's visit, the visa-free entry period between China and Malaysia citizens has been extended to 90 days. So definitely more investment and more business is coming on the way.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So my second question goes to Mr. Chung. So Mr. Chung is from Boda Data. So they are computing cluster operators, and Boda Data also have global footprint, especially Southeast Asia footprint. So in your experience of managing computing cluster and the transnational collaboration, is there any of your unique challenges and how you tackle these challenges you would like to share with us, Mr. Chung?
Yeah, hello everyone. So when I was looking at the audience, I see the audience from a different nationality perspective. So that's the only common language we can communicate is in English for time being. And certainly we want everyone to learn Chinese in that regard. But when I was looking at this question, right, so I write down a list of some of the challenges, and someone will say, hey, how you localize it? So I write down the list of the challenge about, the geographic challenge, the climate challenge, the infrastructure, power supply challenge, the regulatory challenge, the higher operating costs, the talent and workforce development, the organization alignment, the market segmentation, the sustainability. When you're looking at all these challenges, I think each one of you guys are the expert of its own. You guys have a solution. However, when I look back and say, hey, when we share our perspective based on some of our learning, given the company has been in the business for 20 years, and we have some of the executives working in the global 500 company from the past experience perspective, how we bring it all together and share some of our perspective. So with that, we're looking at 4 or 5 different areas that when we go into the Southeast Asia, which is the hottest region, arguably speaking, in the world, with a lot of electricity and a lot of diversity. So in that regard, these are the 4 or 5 we think about. So number one is that when any company, whether it's the Eastern Dragon, we call it China, or some other region company coming into Southeast Asia, the first question they will ask is, what is our mission? What is the short-term or long-term corporate objective we want to accomplish? Do we want to go public, so we need to create a company value, or we want to run a long-term operation so that we have a long-term dividend to the company? So this is one of the challenges a lot of time when we go overseas from a corporate level need to think about. So that was the number one. Number two is when we go into there, what are the operating model we want to have? Is there a joint venture? Is that a PPP? Or is that a minority equity investment? Or is that a build and live operating model? So those are the ones we need to think about from a business model perspective. When we think about these 2 or 3, then we get into some tactical thing. For example, infrastructure readiness that a lot of people here are expert. Do we have the government relationship? Can we communicate? Do we have a national agenda from a subsidiary perspective? Can supply? All these boxes that we have a playbook to check, right? This is the 8 or 10 list that I talk about. So really is about the supply chain and infrastructure readiness in that regard. So number 3 in that area that we think through. And then number 4, when we're looking at that, is about the country of the application or data center or digital infrastructure maturity perspective. So when we're looking at the data center evolution perspective, then we're looking at the phase 1, probably 10 or 15 years ago, about having a server at the back of your office. The second stage is around the co-location. First stage around the cloud computing. The fourth stage is around the AI. So you look back on some of the early presenters to talk about the AI application, there was some best practice we can learn from the Eastern Dragon called China, and also from the West to some degree in that regard. So when you're looking at the country like Malaysia in that regard, or to Thailand, then you're looking at the customer segmentation side of the house. Some are maybe hyperscaler want to come in, some are because of the in-country digital transformation in the phase 1. When you're looking at Indonesia or Philippine perspective, maybe because they are just start to move from co-location from a 3 kilowatt to a cloud computing to the 5 kilowatt, and maybe experiencing or experimenting the AI for a 10 kilowatt plus. So you talk about data center maturity, you talk about the digital transformation maturity with the government agenda behind the scene, have it or not having it. And then afterward, how you operate. Is that an in-country model, basically local execution backed by the company expertise, whether the company is from the north or south of China or Hong Kong, what have you, from a greater China perspective. So when you're looking at all these challenges, then for us, from a Boulder Data perspective, looking at this corporate structure, operating model, business model, the infrastructure readiness, and supply chain management, when we put all this together, we're looking at these 4 or 5 guiding principles with the objective is to create shareholder value from 1 + 1 greater than 2 in that regard, in the sense of short-term to mid-term execution. So I would love to share with you these 4 or 5 guiding principles. One is that leverage what we have, whether you are from Beijing or from Shenzhen or from Wuhan, what have you, leverage what we have. And then work with the local to get the best. Faster so that we can generate return earlier. Number 3 is around the operating excellence. So at the end of the day, whether you start from bringing in hyperscaler or you start from a retail model leveraging local team perspective, you have to understand the customer segmentation. When you understand the customer segmentation, you know how to build a management team so that you can lower the cost from an ongoing perspective. That's the beauty about the data center, that you drive the long-term annuity dividends in that regard. So to cut it short, right? To cut it short is that what we think is that when we go into any country in the Southeast Asia, we need to think about, is that an in-country for that country, or is that an in-country for the sub-region? And then when we think about the business model, if it is in-country for country, there's a set of operating principles we need to operate. If it's an in-country for the sub-region, like Malaysia serving the hub as a hub for other countries, then the operating model might be changed with a mix of local and regional talent. When we're looking at the Philippines, because of the geographic location, because of the second largest population in the Southeast Asia, there's enough in-country demand that we can run the hybrid model in the hybrid infrastructure way. Then when we're looking at the hub with 20 to 30 submarine cable landed or landing in the next couple years, we see they can serve the sub-region between the Southeast Asia to the Greater China as a center in Hong Kong. So when we're looking at the connectivity, how to bring the whole thing together by working with the upstream partner like Huawei, or the application vendor like Zhipu, or the Alibaba as a partner or customer to build this enterprise or the new segmentation together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chong. I think Mr. Chong's sharing is very insightful and very practical. You talk about how to work with the government and how to recruit local talent to improve operation efficiency. I can feel that is really out of a lot of experience and learnings. Thank you, Mr. Chong. So now our next guest, we have data center and computing cluster. Now we move up to the cloud layer. We have Huawei Cloud. So for our guest from Huawei Cloud is Mr. Zhan Jie. So Mr. Zhan Jie, we want you to talk about something that is more unique, because we know Huawei Cloud is not just cloud. It has innovation. It has AI capability itself as well. So how you use AI to improve the cloud operation efficiency. So AI is the
Customer was shocked Actually, DC itself is a very beautiful Western European lake, but it's in traditional Chinese town. Beside it, the customers thought waterfall. They thought it's just a artificial landscape until we tell them actually the waterfall itself is part of the closed loop water cooling systems. And it helps to reduce the power consumptions. And the DC in able to support up to ecosystem doesn't work without the AI. The AI intelligence we don't have too much occasion from time to time. Then how we can improve our efficiency? We leverage on the notification and react quickly to any incidents happens. This is to ensure our sustainability of the DC infrastructures. Back to Southeast Asia, because Huawei, we do different countries. The itself does connect with a high performance, low latency network. But more than that, we do need a very intelligent ecosystem to help us to maintain, to know and to meet the simply follow the business growth path, we need to have a way to predict. So we can prepare the DR exercise, we can prepare the runbook to prevent the issues from the happenings. So this can be achieved, have to heavily leverage on the capabilities and the support from all the partners. So Huawei itself is just one of the key players in these overall markets. We won't make the success without the support from the other partners. So we think this is an important journey for us, and we definitely will play to the shaping of the entire DC infrastructure transformation. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zhang. So Huawei is operating in 170 plus countries, right? I believe there is a lot of learnings and insights in this transnational layout of the business. So at the same time, Alibaba Cloud is also another transnational giant in terms of cloud computing and data center operations and internet technology. So my question to Mr. Huang from Alibaba Cloud is, we would like you to share the key consideration of your company when building the cloud infrastructure, the global expansion of AI applications from China on Alibaba Cloud. Expansion of AI
in 2009, and now is the global leader in cloud computing and artificial intelligence. And more than 4 million enterprise developers OEMs and multi-modal models. And we also provide a one-stop AI platform service, which called Model Studio. And to
After that, we found that in the Middle East, people like to hang their picture in the wall. So combine the Huawei cloud to go to the Middle East. Because, you know, they're very local, the Arabic people, they would like the golden film. And we use our digital human to put into the frame and let them to talk to welcome their guest. So their royal families think that's a very good gift to other countries, kingdoms, or presidents. So this becomes a national gift for other customers. So if anyone comes to the Abu Dhabi, they will send you a frame. But it's generated from Shenzhen company and it's from China. So after that, we think, oh, the business is not very hard in the Middle East. They need to wear the scarf to cover their face. They cannot take off the some part of our AI models functions and capabilities to empower the It's very cheap for the hardware, but what we do is the AI software. What we do, you can clone your own voice. AI software. What we do, you can clone to speak Arabic, German, French, Arabic, and what we do is we select a different Arabic language, different dialects and accents. So it's not because Google Translate can translate good or not, because some people have their local languages, so we cannot recognize what your language is, what you said. So we have 20 different Arabic in this little machine. So no matter you're from area or region from the clone my voice to speak different Arabic, to speak different English. And most importantly, we go to Japan, we found that if you speak English, it's hard to understand each other because we also have their own accents. So we just use this machine. So that's a good way that to communicate each other. We just speak Chinese. They don't need to speak English, they speak Japanese, so we can understand each other. And also we can use in the meeting, for example, we have a speech, maybe some come here, the English is not mother language. We just use the little machine and translate. You can see all the subtitles in your phones, and it can save as a file. And also you can listen it again if you go back to home, and also you can share the translation content to your friends or your colleagues. That's what we do. So you see, in the different ways, we have lots of different applications. What we do is we want everyone can use AI with a lower cost, no matter with what kind of AI model, what kind of technology, what kind of hardware. The most thing is we want the AI can convenient to everyone. So another next thing, maybe you don't buy AI translation AirPods, because we can use our software to empower you already have the Bluetooth AirPods, so you don't have to buy a new one with AI functions. You just wear software and combine and use Bluetooth connect with the phone and with your maybe glass, maybe your watch, and maybe anything that the Bluetooth device with you. You can translate to anything. Everyone can become to solve the language problems. That's so you can see it's not a very them to generate the video to for their overseas market, or use a digital human to speed their the promotion in the different countries, or otherwise maybe some say, oh, go outside, they need to translation, so we have the late machine. So after that, maybe we have more
innovations I would personally really want to try. Very interesting innovations. I would personally really want to try the translator and the digital human. Maybe next year's this event, you don't need a host like me. You can use, I believe you are different role AI value chain, but you face the same challenges. So how can transnational enterprises like yourself to co-create ecology in Southeast Asia through in Southeast Asia through industry linkage and collaboration? So
I won't say that regions like Southeast Asia, you know, fit all our data center use, because it's not easy to meet the demand of each and every one of the partners. So is to stay neutral, and I meant that with my true heart. You know, essentially treating partners just as everybody else equals. It's easy to say than to do. So this will require, first of all, setting a very good, a very firm guidelines that you apply across the board to all the customers. And above all, it will take a long time to prove to the industry that you are truly neutral. So the reputations is important. You know, you have to be, you have to observe the policy that you develop and try to apply it as equally as possible to all your partners. So ecosystem creations is very challenging in Southeast Asia, but it's very fulfilling because we have seen locations where the ecosystem, deep ecosystems is formed. The one thing that is impossible for everybody to replicate is the ecosystem that you create, because every ecosystem is unique. So And we also share the, to a large extent, Chinese partners coming into our ecosystems, and we are very happy to share that Chinese has always been one of the most adventurous and daring business persons, and there's so much that I have learned from the Chinese businesses throughout my many years working with them, and I truly believe, and I share it with those other ecosystems in other parts of the world. Having Chinese players coming into your ecosystems will bring new ideas to your ecosystems, force your existing players to innovate. And this is, I think, one of the biggest contributions of Chinese businesses that brings to the world. I think it brings a different level of motivations for the existing players, forcing them to get out of their comfort zones, and for everybody to look into the competitions. I know geopolitics today is challenging, yeah, but I still think that the Chinese businesses should continue to do what they are best at, and to continue to bring the innovations to the world.
Thank you, Mr. Wong. So, Mr. Chung, would you please share your perspective?
So when I was listening to Wayne speaking, right, he's really proud of being a Chinese Malaysian, I'm sure. So there's a lot of things we can talk about, but at the end of the day, right, it's about the customer experience. Whether you're Indonesian, Filipino, what have you, it's about delivering. So there's another buzzword around co-create that you mentioned about co-create or co-innovation. So you think about the customer experience, about co-innovation, co-create, then you will think about the content, you think about the process, and then you think about the outcome in that regard. So when we think through all this based on some of the experience, by bringing the community together, so we think about the 4-way or 5-way to some degree. Number one, and then looking at the strength that we have from each country perspective. So if the topic is about the Eastern Dragon China perspective, that's undeniable. The strength is around the experience in data center services, about the emerging talent in the AI, about the IT architecture from AI application to the cloud platform, to the foundation around the infrastructure layer by bringing it together. So with that, the number one that we can think about is around the industrial linkage or industrial integration by solving the challenge you mentioned about the local system integration to the logistics from shipping and building the large generators shipped to Malaysia through the One Belt, One Road or through the ocean. So about the industrial linkage will be some of the stuff for some of us on the back end to think about. Number two is around the cross-border collaboration. Data sovereignty is one of the things that we think about. I mean, this all thing is something that we can think from and learn from the Euro, from a GPTR perspective, and how we work the commercial contract, and now how we bring the technology from a secure environment, whether it's a process or it's a software. Collaboration can be in the term of community engagement. This is about the cultural integration. Because each one of us are coming from a different background, from a Malaysian but grew up in a Chinese community, from a China but now living in Singapore, from a guy living overseas for so long and working in China right now. How you bring this collaboration together in a very commercial way, in a very human way. So collaboration, but each one of you guys are the expert on your own, but we got to figure out a way to go there. Number three is around the co-develop. So I always looking at the business, how we build and run, how we consult, how we build, how we manage, and how we run. From a build side perspective, you integrate the industrial knowledge, and how you build faster, equal, faster return, and to some degree drive back to the best customer or stakeholder experience. The last but not the least is about the local practice. No matter what you do, at the end of the day, is serving the local customer. There's a lot of you guys have this playbook around the enterprise going overseas, where is the mix around the Chinese or the Asian customer, where is the mix around the local customer, or is mix about the Western customer. Whether it's 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, or 40, 30, 30, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the local practice becomes so important. How you do the knowledge transfer, how you develop the local talent, how you most is to empower the local to deliver the better business outcome, better customer experience. So at the end of the day, I love what he said around stay open, stay neutral, be bold, having the passion, not be afraid, because along the way, we are learning, we make mistakes. But as long as we can quickly identify the risks, move forward, everyone will be happy. Customer will have the best experience. The stakeholder, the shareholder will get the best investment outcome they want. For some of us managing the business or leading the business, we bring the community together, make the world, make the Asian better, and empower the people to deliver their best.
Thank you, Ms. Chong. That's very encouraging for all of the Chinese companies going overseas. Thank you. So now let me invite Mr. Zhang.
Okay, excellent sharing by Mr. Chong. Just like Angela mentioned, Huawei operates in more than 170 countries. So naturally, we are the trust partners for a lot of customer partners if they need to grow the business globally. No matter it's going to the China market or you want to expand your business in overseas markets, Huawei team is able to provide a deep market understanding and to provide on-ground support to ensure the customer success. As we know, the business success is important for the company, especially for the market newcomers. Because in Southeast Asia is a multi-racial, multicultural market. There are so many challenges around that. Different countries may have different rules, different religions, different end-user behaviors. So to Huawei, we serve as we call a fatal black soil. In Chinese, we call 黑土地. We help to seamlessly connect the partners with our customers. Because by understanding the mutual requirements, we align the capabilities so that everyone can unlock the opportunities. We can maximize our values to shoot for the shared success together. So to us, on the other hand, agree with Mr. Chong, localization is in local, including me. Actually, despite I can speak very fluent Mandarin, I also can speak very fluent Singlish. I've been for 19 years, yes. So I joined Huawei as a local employee. So us, what we can help our Chinese enterprise customers, it means if you find us, we can share with you the local business and requirements. We can share with you regulation, compliance requirements. We can tailor the cloud solutions for deployments. But more importantly, you can find us at Huawei as a you will feel welcomed and trusted in the new environments, in any new settings. So in a nutshell, I feel Huawei, our digital ecosystem, is to provide the support whenever and wherever you are. So this is our main so-called commitment in Asia for Asia, in Singapore for Singapore. So this is our vision to work together with our customers and partners to go for the shared success all together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Zhang. So, Mr. Huang, please.
Thank you, Angela. When Chinese enterprise going global, and they are likely to choose Singapore as the headquarters of the Asia. And it is very challenging for all kinds of the companies. No matter you are a SaaS startups, fintech newcomers, or even the leading technical companies. And I think they need to take 3 factors into consideration. 1 is the local compliance, 2 is the data security, and the third one is the infrastructures. Let me take media as the example. 40% of the revenue comes from the overseas, and the number is still increasing. And they build local teams, local factories, and R&D centers all over the Southeast Asia. And Alibaba Cloud provides data center, cloud infrastructure, and even AI infrastructures, so we can co-innovation and co-develop. So we believe local practice and strong ecosystem is the key of the success for Chinese enterprise to going global and to deliver better services. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you, Mr. Huang. So now we come to Ms. Chen.
Okay, I'm very agree every speaker's opinions. First of all, yes, it's very challenging and difficult to, to feed every customer's needs. And second, what I most agree is we need faster and faster. Maybe we are not the first one that we go overseas or be first one in industry, but we need be the first part of the company, so we need to have a try. So maybe every customer's demands are different. Just like we set up our company, we are being denied one time at a time, and every investor will ask the question and challenging us as, if I pay for you, why I need the software to do the videos by myself? If I have Google Translate, why I need a little machine, and why I use your AI translators? What's the point is? What's your value is? What's the difference is? Why I need to buy your services? So if you go to a different country, you understand their culture and they know their needs. You know their different your customers' demands. After they're challenging you once by once, you will know what you want, what they want, what do you have, and you can solve the problems of their different demands. That's what we do. And after that, we think what we do, we don't just wait. We don't wait. Is there any market that our customer or our products can go to the market? Don't hesitate. Just try. Because the market and the customer will tell you the answers. What your value is, what your product will coming out. So if you have the translation, we have AI model for your translation. If you have AI model for translation, we have voice cloning. We will be the first one to clone your emotion, clone your speed, clone your language, accent, and different your emotion that with voice. We use your voice to speak to the world. And if you one time market and we welcome to the AI. We have a new industry, and we will be very glad to use AI technology to empower every industry, and every industry is worthy to redoing by AI. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chen. I think that's very simple between Mr. Chen and Mr. Wang. Be adventurous and be fast. So any of the guys, yeah, please.
I think one of the last key takeaways here is that I think each one of us here to co-innovate, cooperate, and then how we can work together in this large event. This is just the beginning of the journey that we might be talking to each other offline to co-create.
Thank you, Mr. Chen. I really like your statement of inviting friends to co-create together here. Thank you very much. So here comes a closure to the session. May I invite all the speakers, we can come to the center of the stage to take a group photo. Okay. Welcome everyone to the stage. We can take a group photo with all the speakers and distinguished guests. Come over, please.